MrMoggy versus Lexi. Let's see, both of them are not that... Okay, MrMoggy isn't that new apparently. Has joined in Mystery Tournament 16 for the first time, and is here for the third time, and Lexi is here for the first time. Apparently MrMoggy's strength is turning up, and they already did a great job at that. See who they were playing against so far. Looks like this is a... was one, I think? Yep. Losers won. So both of these players had one match and lost that match. MrMoggy was playing Ellipsis Break in Metal Storm. Nice classic NES action platformer. And Lexi played Atom Blade in What Goes Up, and I'm trying to remember what it is, but I really remember right now. Our players are setting up right now. Be longer. Simon Buffalo in chat is reminding me. Yes, I think that's a game we had before. I think I played that before. Looks like we have the game set up already. More or less. Oh. Let's hop over. We have a game and it's Kiopioke. Got a cute little pixel art bird. Maybe no audio here? Oh, there we go. There's the game audio. I can't really tell what kind of game this is from the start menu. Looking at the Steam page. Okay, that looks pretty interesting. Looks like the players are ready to go. And I'm joined by Sam and Buffalo.
Hello.
Alright, let's get this race started.
All right.
So I had a quick peek at the Steam page of this game, and apparently you kind of launch yourself in directions.
Yeah, so I actually wound up testing this one. I quite enjoyed it. It reminds me a lot of, as Chad is pointing out, like the little birds from like Mario Odyssey, where you can like peck into places in the wall and flick yourself.
Did we already have a game with the? There's this bird in Odyssey, right? Didn't we have a 3D platformer that had that mechanic recently?
Not that I can recall. It wouldn't surprise me though.
Looks like MrMoggy might have input issues. They're not moving, I think, or maybe. Oh, okay, it's just the dialogue. There they are.
It was a reject.
That's interesting that multiple games use that same mechanic. Apparently it's a popular bird.
I think it's a pretty interesting one. Yeah, it's a little strange. We've seen 2 games like this already, but yeah, no, it was quite fun. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I hope the racers will.
This blue bird is showing us how to climb the wall here. Poking the walls, yeah, it is the Mario Odyssey bird.
Yeah, there we go. So this is going to be a core mechanic, being able to flick yourself in the appropriate direction. You do have free movement, free rotation when you're like that, so getting a good angle and power is really important. Yeah, this is it's a good point. It is very Celeste-like as well, with the wall climbing and everything, and even the graphics are very reminiscent of Celeste.
Seeing this mechanic kind of makes me think of maybe not quite getting over it, but kind of games in that genre. Like
yeah, I can see that.
You have to aim and charge your jump appropriately. I guess it's probably not gonna make you fall all the way back, but we can already see here, like if you overshoot your shot, you're probably gonna fall to the bottom of the screen at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very important for the racers to note that this dark background isn't grabbable. You can only do so on like these grassy patches. So there's definitely a good, healthy
MrMoggy is stuck in a dialogue here. Losing a lot of time to dialogue boxes, I feel, at the start already and here again.
Yeah, this was distinctly called out in the paste bin that this is a text box boss, not something you really want to be interacting with past any more than you have to.
Oh, lots of stuff falling. This reminds me of that one section in Yoshi's Island where the Tetris blocks, or maybe just rocks are coming down.
I've actually never played Yoshi's Island, so I would not know.
And the
Yeah,
horse
this isn't
spikes, so
too
they have to wait for a
difficult.
while.
Yeah, easily making it past that. Just have to play it a little patient, and you just not die, basically. Contrary to the last stream, we see Lexi now having a race against these falling spiky platforms. Not something you can be patient on. You gotta go fast here.
But maybe not too fast. We saw her like rushing into the spikes several times.
Like, both players are getting used to the mechanics here. It's always good to see.
Yeah, the game did a nice job of tutorializing the air dash there just now, I think. For Lexi, I think it was. MrMoggy also in the falling block section, so that is like a minute behind maybe?
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 screens, roughly. Definitely close enough to come back from this. There's stuff later on that can easily lose you a lot of time if you're not careful. Definitely not out of this yet.
Lexi seems to be stuck here for some reason. That one block doesn't fall. Other blocks have to fall on it.
Yes. Relatively safe room once you get these blocks until you get to this part. Those are some very tight gaps that you have to air dash your way through.
Should give MrMoggy a bunch of time to catch up here.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is your point. Actually, it seems like the way to do this is to not make everything fall. The blocks only fall if you walk over top of them. If you're on the platform, they don't fall.
Ah, I see. Looks like
And
Lexi
so-
also has that figured out now.
Yeah.
Only selectively dropped some blocks. In the meantime, MrMoggy couldn't make it across this pit. Looks to me like the air dash should cover it, but maybe it's okay. It's kind of short.
Yeah, that was one thing when I was testing this. I didn't feel like I got a particularly good grasp of the stamina mechanic here. Like I vaguely understood that you would lose stamina and that would impact your ability to do things. I didn't quite feel like I 100% understood it.
Okay, I haven't noticed any stamina mechanics yet. So how does that work?
Yeah, so if you look under the bird, there are a couple of meters. Honestly, I don't know offhand
Looks like they've got three
what they are.
blue dots maybe, and another thing.
Yeah, so I think one relates to the dash. Or maybe 2, I don't know. Oh. Some of that grass looked like it was getting ready to fall there.
MrMoggy is really getting stuck on this screen for a good long while now.
Yeah, opting to try and get underneath that block and make it fall that way. I'm not entirely sure that's what you want to be doing here. It seems to me like you would want to try and grab the side of it and quickly make your way up.
And there we go. MrMoggy is doing it. Needed an upwards dash.
It could also be a screwed diagonal input. Oh, there we go. Gon's saying that the bottom line is the dash meter. If it's green, you can dash. If it's red, you can't. And that stamina is a thing. That seems like a couple of us have no idea how that works, but seem to have more than you would typically need.
Falling blocks are really a strong mechanic in this area. I wonder if that's like a mechanic just for this world. Like, games usually have their separate gimmicks for each world. We're really using a lot of these falling blocks here in all kinds of ways. And Lexi has a lot of these falling challenges now. We saw several screens now of them falling through blocks and having to catch themselves and dodge stuff. MrMoggy doing this falling block puzzle from earlier, figures it out already. It's an interesting challenge for Lexi. One of those blocks come back if you mess it up somehow. I guess you can always leave the screen.
Probably easier to do that or die. I don't know if they come back or not, but I'd imagine that would just be a reset. Ooh, Lexi getting a really clean, like, quick skip on that. I didn't even get that. I had to go through the rest of that as it fell, going back and forth. That was very well played by Lexi. Made up or gained a little bit of time there for sure. Little MrMoggy dashing straight into the spiky wall.
I'm trying to figure out how far they are apart, but it's interesting that the screens they're on are so similar.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I know for sure is that Lexi is definitely ahead. But there's not really a good indication of how much unless you're really paying attention, and have not been in that regard.
Yeah,
Although I will say I know Lexi is getting toward the end. I believe this is like the last like major room.
Okay, so it's a short one. Yeah, MrMoggy was stuck for quite a while. Lexi might be several minutes ahead.
Yeah, this is insanely good. I mean, this room in particular was probably my biggest wall of testing this. So I'm definitely interested to see how Lexi, who has been just absolutely smashing this game so far, reacts to it. There's a big maze. You're being chased by a hungry cat, which, you know, as a bird is something you definitely want to avoid.
Does this chase the fun part of the race of the demo? It'll make sense.
There is a little bit after this, but yeah, this is like the main final boss, if you want to call it that. Interesting to note that like a lot of chase mechanics, especially in Celeste and things of this nature, the cat does mimic your movement. So whichever way you move, the cat will mirror that exactly.
Oh, interesting.
So you can use that to your advantage.
Does that mean the cat can't catch up? The cat can't catch up to you?
As long as you keep moving forward, it shouldn't be able to. The problem is if you start falling or anything like that, doing anything where you're not moving horizontally, the cat definitely has a chance to catch you. Like here is a really good section.
Okay, yeah.
You do have to wait for that wall to descend and kind of just have to move around those platforms and bait the cat to get out of your way.
So usually in games when a character follows you, it mostly means you can't go, you basically can't cross your old path easily. But in this case that doesn't seem too relevant since you're always moving forward.
Yeah, you can a little bit. I mean, it's definitely not like a free pass, but you can absolutely juke it enough to recross old paths. Thankfully, there's only the one cat. I know in like Celeste, you know, at times there are 3 or 4 clones chasing it, and it becomes infinitely more harder when you do that. But here, it's just the one, fairly straightforward to juke. Yeah, I feel like there's some free-form movement here, particularly in that vertical section. You can kind of go under and just ascend, kind of do like a clockwise motion between the platforms. I could, I guess, theoretically go the other way. You can freeform it if you want. Definitely easier options than others.
Lexi's struggling a bit with this one wall jump or wall grab section here. Seems like it's a bit too long to do in 2 grabs, and so you have a fixed distance you're throwing yourself in, and two jumps doesn't quite cover it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Lexi doesn't know how far they are ahead, but definitely could stand to benefit from taking just a little time and getting a little hop like that. Hopefully we'll keep doing that going forward and maintaining that lead. Yeah, definitely this is a sort of game, I think, too, where getting walled on one particular section, the nerves really start setting in. You know, if I'm here, like, where's my opponent? You know, I can't seem to get past this part. Clearly, my opponent's either going to be passing me or catching up, and it's definitely going to be a big factor here.
Yeah, and it also it also already looks like an end of race section in itself with the cat and everything. That's also probably gonna make you think, oh, I really have to catch up now or stay ahead now.
Right. MrMoggy clearing that room onto the falling puzzle. See Lexi coming back to the vertical section here. See if she can get past it this time.
Oh, no, she's playing back and forth with the cat and makes it past the falling wall.
Yeah, almost gets hit there, but just able to get just out of the way. Does not know where to go after that, though, and winds up going into the spikes.
I wonder if you can maybe get under the falling wall. Looks like there's a gap there, and I think it doesn't fall if you don't touch it. Yeah, this is a pretty long section. It could definitely use some checkpoints, but I guess it's meant like a boss pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MrMoggy doing this reverse Tetris section pretty much the intended way, whereas Lexi was able to really deftly skip that second set of falling blocks to escape the level quickly. MrMoggy did it the long intended way. But is slowly but surely catching up. Lexi will obviously have stage advantage if they were to meet on this stage. Stage knowledge advantage, that is. But not impossible if she keeps struggling for MrMoggy to catch up. Yeah, I would say this is one of the toughest rooms, if not the toughest room in the demo. It does ask a lot of you to be able to read this room on sight, especially with dying giving you a whole room reset. Just being able to sight read things in a race setting is definitely an important skill. Otherwise, you just gotta sit here and kind of trial and error it.
Yeah, and it looks like Lexi still hasn't quite figured out how to get across this wall section here. I'm trying the 3 jumps again, there we go, but it did get stuck there for quite a bit again. And I think now we have a rough measure of how far back MrMoggy is, because I remember seeing this screen on Lexi's side probably like maybe 5 minutes ago even, which is really far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MrMoggy definitely catching up to this final screen here. Man, those rocks are so slow. Oh, again, we are officially on level parity now.
Nice, so that would give MrMoggy maybe a chance to catch up if he is very good at sight reading, because Lexi has been here for minutes, so on the one hand she's got a lot of knowledge, on the other hand the section itself isn't that long, so maybe there's a chance to catch up.
Oh, but Lexi, right as we say that, gets past it. No problem, trapping the cat behind a wall of spiky blocks.
That's the end screen of the demo, apparently?
That is sort of the end screen. Well, if you want to call it the end screen of the demo, but there is a little more.
Oh, and okay, that's part of the goal, like a credit sequence.
Yeah, it's when I remember testing this, I'm like, this doesn't make sense in the slightest. Like, we beat the demo, why do I have to wait till the credits? And I think I like sat here through the entire credits, having no earthly idea what I needed to do, and then just randomly I'm like, I'm gonna go right and see what happens, and it turns out there are like 5 or 6 rooms detailing mechanics that weren't in the demo itself that are planned to be in the full game, and so we are going through the end of those as well. It is a little annoying, I will say, having to play this with the credits and or the thank you for playing screen on top of everything. It definitely blocks the vision a good bit, but yeah, we're seeing some more Celeste mechanics now, getting those gems to give you that refresh your dash mid-air, get some wind. Lexi making short work of the wind room.
Are these final rooms more difficult?
I wouldn't inherently say more difficult.
Yeah, I guess learning the new mechanics takes a bit of difficulty, but
yeah.
other than that, they don't seem that hard. I was thinking, since it's a post-game section almost that it might spike up in difficulty, but
yeah, I would say it's
just
difficult in the sense that like we haven't seen these mechanics and each one kind of has its own room. So like the room you see it in is the tutorial for that mechanic, and then it's just on to the next thing. The rooms by themselves aren't too bad. I think it's just you know, we haven't seen these, and how quickly can I figure out what it is the room wants me to do. Like in this room with Lexi just cleared, having to use the rotation of the bird as it's locked into that platform to
guessing
avoid the spikes.
That's the end here with the sign.
Yes, this one is the end. So that will be a GG for Lexi here and now.
And Lexi made it. Well done. There it is.
And Lexi at a time of 24:32. Excellent showing there by Lexi. I was very, very impressed with some of the moves she was able to pull off. I going back to that quick skip on the falling block room, that was just magnificent. Yeah, this game is not out there. It's not a full game yet. It's planned to launch. So if this is something you're interested in trying out, go play the demo or potentially wishlist the game.
It seems like a pretty fun mechanic. I wonder if there's gonna be more games that use this Odyssey bird mechanic. Maybe that's like just the right time to develop your Mario Odyssey bird game.
Maybe. Yeah, Lexi almost beating the testers on this. Definitely beat me. I think I had a time of like 27 minutes or something. Other tester came in just about halfway through the 23-minute mark, so not too far off.
Like Lexi's already waiting in the voice chat, so get in.
Yeah,
and we're
sure.
joined by Lexi. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, thank you. I swear the wall thing is so jank in this.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
If you played Celeste, if you are holding neutral and you jump against a wall, you jump just a little bit away from the wall. It does not behave quite the same in this game. It's weird.
Yeah, we were wondering if you had a decent bit of Celeste experience.
I've played... So I'm not a Celeste head per se. I haven't done all the D sides and whatnot, but I have played up until like the halfway point of Chapter 9 and gotten a good bit of B sides and C sides. So I do have a good bit of experience in that game.
So, did you play Mario Odyssey? We were talking about how this game and the second one uses this this spike bird mechanic.
Yeah, I did play Mario Odyssey as well. That one I have completed all the way.
I guess it doesn't really do much in terms of experience, but yeah, it's funny that they picked a specific mechanic from there.
Yeah, there's a couple of familiar mechanics. I guess I didn't think of Mario Odyssey, but everything in this game feels very familiar. Just a little bit less polished, but it was a good game overall.
Excellent. Yeah, so I wanted to ask about you or your experience in one of the rooms in particular. Chat was very impressed by this. I was very impressed by this. It was the room toward the end where it's like a fairly square room, and you had a bunch of falling blocks, and you were able to sneak past the second row of falling blocks and just completely bypass the level. Did you
That's right.
think going into that? Like, how much did you expect that like that might be a thing you could do?
Well, I definitely realized early on there was another one that was another kind of similar room, like a long auto-scroller waiting room, and I was just thinking to myself, there's definitely a way you can get out of here earlier. And so the second one was like, okay, there's a much larger delay here in when the wall falls on you. I was like, I don't care if this loses me time, I'm going for it, and I got it pretty quick. But definitely early on, I noticed that the moveset is pretty generous, and there's definitely a lot of intended skips, it looks like, throughout the levels. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of them.
This final section seems pretty difficult. MrMoggy is now also spending several minutes on this. Especially this one war patch. I also saw you struggling there a bit, I think. Like
the tough part about this flower patch is that you have to use your dash to get on it, which makes your exit options off of it pretty difficult. You have to go for that third grab pretty much that you just saw Moggy go for. Otherwise, you're definitely going to struggle to get onto that platform. You probably won't make it.
Yeah, definitely looks like you might opt for 2 jumps, but it's just too short for that.
Ooh, rough death.
Yeah.
I think I got it with 2 jumps at once, but yeah, it's definitely tight. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're totally fine. Yeah, I was gonna say that this room is definitely the longest in the demo, and with the checkpoints as they are, going back to the beginning of the room, it's very rough if you take it, that's especially late into it.
MrMoggy nicely leading the cat around, but then it caught up in the jump.
Yeah, I would agree. I think this would arguably work a bit better as 2 screens. Just to give you that midway checkpoint, or even just a checkpoint mechanic of some sort.
Definitely.
This one was pretty tough.
Going into the credits, I knew there was more I was supposed to do, but the very sudden visual change made it not very obvious I was supposed to peck onto those, like the grass patches, little platforms in the background.
Yeah. When I was testing this, I have the pacement, of course, and I'm like, oh, like there's something after the demo, but like it still didn't occur to me that like there was more after the demo, that you could just skip it. So like I sat there and watched the entire credits. Like am I supposed to be done? Like why is the goal after the credits? And then I happened to accidentally go right. I'm like, oh, there's more. I did find that quite annoying. It seems like chat agrees too, that having to do that with the credits and the thank you for playing text over the level was certainly a choice that I don't know why it was made, but
yeah. Moggy there getting tripped up. Not quite. Doesn't look sure where to go after.
Yeah, it looked like
he
was trying to ride the wall down, maybe. Does the wall fall? Does the grass patch fall? Like it starts to shake.
It does, but after a little while.
It's probably too slow for, and then the cat would catch up.
Yeah, it's supposed to stress you out and time you out. It's not supposed to be a ride down, for sure. And I did notice under that little waiting section where you have to dance around with the cat, there is a little gap underneath there. Wonder if you could dash underneath it and grab it from the other side, save a bit of time.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. It doesn't look like there's anything to grab under this. So I feel like it'd probably be a little harder, if anything, but maybe that's for a more advanced player who would be able to do something like that.
MrMoggy trying to go over the screen, I believe. Which might have worked, but I think the wall was just a bit too high.
I tried going over the screen in one level, it killed me instantly. I didn't even go to the right into the spikes, which it might have looked like. No, I just went straight up. I just died. Yeah, this boss is definitely a big difficulty spike. A checkpoint would be... This is a wall climbing section. I had so much trouble with it. You have only barely enough stamina to make it.
Yeah, I guess since you mentioned the stamina, did you feel like you got a full idea of how the stamina worked? Because we were trying to figure that out. And multiple people in chat and here were just like, we just have no idea.
I have a general idea of how it works. You have 2 bars, one of which is green or red depending on whether you have a dash, which resets when you land on the ground. And then the other one is the stamina bar. It has 3 slots to it. It does decrease as you move on the walls. I wasn't spending a lot of time stationary on the walls. No, actually, I was a little bit, I think. I was trying to go a little slow during the cat fight, and even then, if you're stationary, it does take a little stamina from you. So I think being on the walls at all is just going to deplete stamina.
Yeah, it looked like there on MrMoggy's screen, maybe like the first wall jump might have been free, and then after that it started taking it. I don't know, it was kind of small and I couldn't tell, but...
It does look like it accelerates, yeah, your stamina decrease. Now, if you have no stamina, that doesn't mean you can't wall jump. I don't think so. I was having some struggles where I would run out of stamina going in up that pillar, and I would just be definitely struggling with the movement there. I think you have to let go of grab to be able to do wall jumps from that point, which is not intuitive at all.
MrMoggy failing to grab the grass after that wall section. It's unfortunate. This does have to do this whole thing over again.
It is a little bit rough.
One of our other races that joined did a done and now they did an undone. Maybe they missed the credits stages. It's sneaky.
Probably. Yeah, if you hold the grab button and go into a wall, it'll automatically grab. The same is not true for the background grass patches. You have to click in the button. It's also not a hold. What it is you click it and then you grab on, and then you have to flick and release the control stick. So they control a little differently, but they use the same button. The game, I think the pace spin said there was a second button for latching onto walls, but not for me. There's only one button for every action. I'm not sure what that was about.
Oh yeah, it says grab attach and it says hold on another button. Not sure what hold in that case is.
I don't think I used a hold.
Come on, MrMoggy, you can do this.
Ooh, that was a very, very tight grab. Did get the grab, but then fell off.
Ooh, that was brutal. Oh, you copied the settings page buttons? Maybe that's a future feature.
Oh, almost danger there from MrMoggy is able to get some quick thinking in and saves it.
Yeah, that was pretty dangerous. The cat was already catching up.
And I believe in MrMoggy, you can do this. Yeah, the cat definitely does Celeste chase movement. It will copy your path exactly.
Alright, here we go, MrMoggy.
I'd almost give it the benefit of the doubt, like, well, it could be Shadow Mario, and then they have the whole Celeste credit section.
Yeah, like if the rest of the game didn't scream Celeste, the post-credit section absolutely did.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here.
It seems like MrMoggy is sometimes missing the wall grab. Is that very, very hard to time, or is it also stamina based somehow?
Yeah. You have to have stamina to be able to grab the wall. Otherwise, you only have wall jumps available to you. I don't know if stamina is required for the picking into the background. That happened.
Oh no,
Oh,
didn't get enough distance there.
I feel it. He had a dash available to him. I wonder why he didn't use it.
Yeah, he might have missed that he had a dash, since often you use your dash first and then you have to make up the rest of the distance with the wall grab.
I was definitely conscious of that a few times in some levels. Like, alright, let me try to get onto the wall or get onto the grass without dashing, so I can get off it. Dash is very valuable in trying to get off those grass patches, especially. Gotten pretty good at the beginning section. There he goes.
Yeah.
Alright, is he gonna fall down this time? Okay, yep.
Oh, so close. Heartbreaking.
Got a little tight. That is heartbreaking. That's gotta hurt.
Has a very good grasp on the first half here, I think. Always does very quick, like, free-flick jumps there.
Yeah, he's got those down pretty well. Wrong button. What if Celeste had grapple? Yeah, pretty much. What if Celeste had the Pinocchios from Mario Odyssey or whatever they're called?
I don't know. Are they? Does the game's name have any relation to that? I think Kinopio is Toad's Japanese name, and it. I guess I could look it
Very well
up.
might.
Yeah, they are called Pokios.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Japanese name as well. Oh yeah, they do, and it's different in Japanese. In Japanese it's Dukun.
Tsukun.
Definitely it's not this one.
Oh, he forgot it doesn't. Oh, that one hurt. Forgot it doesn't fall down. Not very quickly, anyway. Does he do that section without the dash?
The dash refreshes when you land, right? So he could have plenty of dashes available.
Yeah.
Flicking the wrong direction makes a lot of small mistakes here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I found with this level was, you know, the pressure is certainly on. You have something chasing you in your direct pathing. You know, you're always having to go forward, basically, and yet it's kind of counterintuitive to like really just take your time with this and make sure that you know, you're putting in the right controls and everything. You know, you don't have a lot of window to do that, but definitely being able to take a breath and kind of slow down a little bit and really think about what's my next move, even in the heat of the moment, is definitely useful.
Yeah. Love dashing for that reason. There's a little part around the halfway point where you have to jump on like a one tile wide platform, and I definitely use the dash every time there. It just gives you more time to line up onto the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, MrMoggy, we're all cheering for you. At the wall again?
Yeah, we're at the wall again.
That's the easy part.
Back to the wall again. Use your dash! Wonder if he's getting tripped up by the controls. I wonder if he's using all three buttons, do you think? The dash, the wall climb, and the grass climb?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
In the jump.
He did flick himself in the wrong direction earlier, that's interesting.
Like where I want to go. I wonder if that means he hasn't played Mario Odyssey then?
Not sure if this really transfers from a 3 game.
Maybe.
Would have worked better with that other reject game we had, Pekka, I think it was called.
How is he? Oh, he did it again.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened there.
He flicked
like
himself downward.
Yeah, must have like immediately flipped down.
How was he holding onto the falling platform without moving? I don't know how he was doing that. Is that what the other grab button's for? The hold button?
Ah, maybe.
Whenever I grab onto that thing, I'm going down with it. It's weird. Yeah, he doesn't use a dash there. Yeah, what is that? How is he not moving there? It's weird.
Seems MrMoggy has figured out the secret tech.
Oh.
Oh.
Careful.
Good.
Dash, dash, dash!
Oh, no,
no,
no.
Use your dash! Use your dash!
Would have had to go around another round to dodge the cat. We've got another race coming up, but that's still to start up and being set up, so we've got some more time to watch and to cheer for MrMoggy.
I wanna tell him to use his dash.
Okay, you got this. Come on.
It's pretty easy from here. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think as long as you don't get like too overzealous with these.
What happened?
Oh, he fell there. He's
How did
taking
he fall? I don't even know how he did that. I wonder if he... So when you grab onto the grass patch, you just tap it, and then you have to flick to get off. I wonder if maybe he double tapped it on accident?
Yeah, that's very, very possible. It does look like he's getting a bunch of small mistakes like that. Maybe the controls are kind of finicky. We're seeing him with very careful jumps there. Like on the last attempt, I noticed that he grabs onto the grass on both the left and the right edge to not overshoot, I guess. Making small hops.
It kind of seems like the cat can't kill you when you're on the grass.
Yeah,
They're probably leaves, aren't they?
If it's really following your movement, then I guess you can just wait and it's not gonna catch up to you.
I've seen him go through the cat a couple times on the leaves.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, makes it
Okay.
past the flicking section.
Remember, go
again.
down.
Let's go.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yes!
That's a thing
Oh,
for
come on,
this
don't die
section
now.
at least. So he's still got the post-credit stages, but they're very short and fairly easy. Oh,
Oh, he typed that done.
MrMoggy also got caught off guard by this. I'm guessing this isn't a base spin, but maybe doesn't stand out enough, or I guess it's easily lost. Done after beating the boss and reaching the sign at the end of the credits. Okay, so oh, okay. There's a note at the bottom. After the tutorial? No, that's something else. Okay, so there's no very explicit note telling you that there's more after that.
He's having the same trouble I did. He doesn't realize you can grab on these. This is quite the level to be dumped on. After playing through an incredibly hard boss, you're just given this unintelligible puzzle.
Yeah, there's no tutorial for this, since this is basically just a demonstration of other stuff that'll be in the game.
Is this all gonna be in the game? I assumed it was just for funsies.
Well, I assume if they build these other mechanics, they're gonna use them.
I guess so. But it's so shameless. Alright, he got one part of the puzzle. He can dash down. Just figure out the grab.
Chat saying the boards scream stick into these. But, I guess it's easy to miss. We had a few people mention that.
Yeah, I mean, at some point though, you just gotta try stuff. I mean, there's not really much here to go on. Like, you're not gonna be able to clear that gap in the slightest. It's like the only possible thing you can do is do something with those rotating platforms. And like, given the whole game is about sticking your beak into things, I think it would be a little more obvious, but maybe not. I mean, it's a totally different tile set and everything, so...
Well, part of it, when I walked into this room, it didn't seem like grabbing was working to me. It seemed like that feature is disabled. I think I must have just... it was a very small platform, so maybe I just didn't realize I was grabbing, but I thought maybe the rules had changed. We were playing a different game all of a sudden. Yeah, there's only so many buttons. You should get there eventually.
There
There
we
he
go.
goes.
Figures out the grab. Is there some kind of limit or something here that there's this green light above the platforms? Maybe that's something they don't show here.
Hmm. Not sure. Dying in the exact same spot as me there. Those bikes have a big hitbox on them. It was on this screen that I was finally like, okay, you really are shamelessly doing Celeste, aren't you? I had a little bit of it when I had the dash crystals, but you bring out the exact same wind. All right.
Yeah, well, it's a good game to copy.
Certainly.
What was the trick on this screen? Do you have to dash out of the bounce?
Yeah. It's a puzzle I recognize from Celeste. Although the springs in this are a lot less visually obvious than Celeste springs are.
Oh, here's a sticking board with a red light. Ah, okay. So green means moving, I assume.
Yeah. Well, almost.
Yeah, I think out of all like these post-credits levels, this one was actually my favorite.
Keeps going backwards. There he goes.
Yeah, it's a fun change for this mechanic that it's not for flicking, but for evading this time. Oh, okay. I was wondering what happens when you just stay on the board there. And last
Yeah, happened to me too. Oh, you'll get there. There he goes. How did he die there? Is he jumping? There he goes.
Oh, okay, so the dash moves the platforms. Immediately
Oh.
obvious to me.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely be interested to know if he's played Celeste before, because these all feel like pretty common Celeste mechanics to me. I picked him right up.
Yeah,
So
there
exit
you
very
go.
carefully now and fix it and that's job done.
Just let the cat eat, he says.
Nice.
I respect it.
Alright, let's see if MrMoggy also comes to join us for a quick chat. And already got another race cam.
Oh,
MrMoggy says they wanna go to bed. That's fair. Yeah. Then congrats to MrMoggy for beating the cat challenge. And congrats Lexi on the win. You know who your next
Yeah.
opponent is. We can have a quick look at that.
Let's find out. Has my opponent decided yet?
Looks like Captain Drake might be waiting for you.
Ooh, yes.
Alright. Thank you so much for joining us for a chat. Good luck in your next race. Hope you had
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely. Thanks for organizing everything. All right, bye, chat.
Bye.